which is about offline canvassing in Bingin and Canggu. Perhaps Mas Bayu can elaborate more about this one.
Yeah, actually, I just visit like Canggu, Bingin, and some other places actually, and then I saw a lot of development.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, it's new, whether it's restaurant or villa, but thinking about what we are doing, we do online canvassing. I'm pretty sure that they are not online yet, or even they won't be able to show up on the internet yet. So I'm asking, should we activate the offline investing for this kind of property?
Okay, thank you, Mas. So, should we activate offline canvassings? The first one I over to Mawayana. Is there any additions?
Okay. From me, yeah, I agree. But actually, I went to Balangan, Dingin, and Pecatu area actually. So in Bingin there is expansion like I see that couples complex that build up, and total I found five when I went out, and yeah, it's agree because like when they are brand new they don't have like Google Map yet, they don't have OTA, there's no way to reach them out. So the only way you just go there and then ask around like who own the villa and stuff. I think I need to pair with Nadine how because like um, I when I'm do like on site canvassing, I am not necessarily I get the number of the owner right away. Sometimes the manager, sometimes like the neighbor. So
Okay.
the way to reach out that I will pair with Nadine. But I'm thinking also go to Canggu on Wednesday.
Okay.
So yeah, it's I like that idea that what we are good at before, but since we do mostly online canvassing, and maybe I can go like 2 days, 3 days in a week, so that I can still um, working on the back end to onboard as well. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay, so for actually for Bingin and Canggu, Mawayana and Nadine, yeah, can cover both
Then
of them, yeah.
Jing want to talk.
Oh, sorry, I cannot see the. Okay, sure. Sorry.
Okay, I'll I'll chip in. I think Rizal, based on our experience so far, who are the most who are like the most reliable canvassers in the company?
For right now is for offline canvassing is Mawayana sir.
Okay, all right, and
So,
maybe me too, right? So
Uh,
between me and Wayana, we probably have the most reliable canvassing. Um, it is the most reliable way to onboard new properties. I mean, it's worked 200 times already, proven success. So I think what we can do is this. Uh, what are Wayana's responsibilities within this chapter right now, Rizal?
responsibility for this chapter yeah. I think to
Yeah.
convert the leads into I mean from the pitching.
Mm, okay, so that's kind of an issue then, right? So if we move her over to field canvassing, then we lose a little bit of our ability in the upper funnel or in the lower funnel, right?
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, all right. So that's ultimately not sustainable. Bayu, we've been down this pathway a few times. We Here's what I see. We can always get temporary success doing field canvassing with either me or Wayana, right? But it's not sustainable success because sooner or later something else more urgent will come up, and then that part of the funnel will stop, and then all the other parts will stop. So, do you have a suggestion or a solution for how we can avoid kind of going into this cycle where, let's say, Wayana goes to do canvassing, and then later on we need her to do other things, and then the canvassing stops?
Yeah, I think the between the canvassing and the conversion should be different percent. So I think we need and especially for the new partners as I don't know, I'm doing photography actually. So the partners that I met on site, currently they are different type of partnership than the one that we had before. I think the
Okay.
relationship is not quite there yet. It's just a transaction basically because we never meet them, and even for the old partners that actually refer their other property, they're not quite close to us. It's just we're just another agent, and some of them are actually uh, what do you call it? Seeing us as just another agent because they are also working with another agent. I don't know if this in the deal that we are okay with that or we are asking for an exclusive. But that's I think that is one of the reason is because they are discoverable online. So there are competition that we cannot clear up in the beginning. So
Mm,
I don't know about the long term and short term, which one is which? Because I think what we are currently doing right now is short term, um, because yeah, basically everyone want to sell, and if we want to have a long term partnership, I think we
I see.
we need a better type of relationship with this partner.
Interesting. Okay, got it. So that actually opens up a different issue too, as well, which is the quality of our existing. Um, is there any good integration you think by you between this chapter and community to develop further that relationship?
No, no. So this is very surprising actually. So every time I ask, actually, the owner never met any of our any person in our team basically. Uh, Simply asking who's your handler? Is it Tendi or Rafik or anyone from marketing? Usually just someone in the group, not very there's no
Ah,
onboarding process. They
I see.
even asked me actually is Rafik still working here or Tendi still working here? I was surprised because they should be the first person to meet them, right? And like
I
every
see.
day. So
Okay.
there's not very integrated approach yet, and also handover from marketing to a community.
Understood. Okay. And do you think that even more fundamentally than that, by you, do we have a sense of false optimism that we're far too optimistic when we, let's say, oh yeah, we got a new partner, and we're only reporting good news without actually finding more of the underlying conditions that could be detrimental to long-term success?
I think so. Either we are hiding that, or we don't want to bring that up, or actually we don't know that because we are
Mm,
only looking for the good news, but we are not looking for the bad news.
I see. Okay. All right. And that I would say is even more fundamentally a problem then, right? Because if we're not getting, let's say, the correct situation, then we feel a sense of false optimism when in fact we should feel actually more of a sense of worrying maybe that these partnerships are not long lasting. Is that correct then?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So that seems to be one of the things we should probably address, everyone. Um, we seem to have when Bayou did a spot check, you noticed that the partnerships are not in they're actually not aligned in a long-term way, which is unfortunate. And that probably comes from a culture within our group and within maybe the company of reporting only good news and perhaps not actually reporting some of the bad news or some of the things that could actually be detrimental. So okay, that's fundamental, but I think that's a different issue. Maybe it's related to this too as well, because it could be where how we budget our resources. Um, I guess the question then is this, right? Do we want to then, by you, do you think we should address this core issue first, or should we do some of the awareness stuff and then address this as we do that?
Whichever we can do. I think if we wait for another, then we will wait forever. It's never
Right.
going to
Okay.
be done, right?
Okay, let's try to do this then. I think I should probably have a sub discussion with Bayu about how to resolve the canvassing situation, because the canvassing situation never really has been resolved. My best solution is that if we want to have permanent canvassing, then somebody needs to go with Wayana or me to learn the craft of how to canvas offline, and through that, then we at least have a delegate, so that if either of us can't do it anymore, somebody can pick that up. So that, I guess, then relates to an HR situation. Rizal, most of the people who've been doing canvassing, if I understand, are freelancers, right? So they've received really no long-term mentorship on how to do this, right?
Yep, yeah.
Okay, all right, got it. Um, Bayu, I'm inclined to do this maybe. So do you think it'd be worthwhile to pay somebody a little bit more in the beginning to learn online canvassing, because they probably won't produce any results, and then develop the person to be able to do this long term? Like have an apprentice, so to speak.
Uh, oh, you mean the offline canvassing, right? Not online.
Offline canvassing, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think so.
That might be the best way, yeah. Okay, all right. I'll look into structuring an HR role for that, and then filling it in with such. That way, Rizal, I think we can finally get some stability with this whole offline canvassing. But Bayu, also in the meantime, I think we need to take a look at what's happening in the chapter and get it so that we can get bad news earlier too as well. I'll put that down as an HR topic we need to discuss. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jing. So for the conclusion, as I get, Mr. Jing will discuss with the HR to talk about the bonuses, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, for the
No,
offline.
I'm gonna create a role, Aika,
Okay.
for offline canvassing, and as part of that, I'm going to structure a role that we can sustainably have through the course of the company. Most likely, it'll be some sort of apprenticeship of how to do this. So that's one, and then part two is the strategic planning of how do we improve the communication in this chapter so that we can discover bad news earlier, and that we don't have a sense of false optimism.
Okay. So for the conclusions, Mr. Jing will arrange the rule and also make the strategy. And the second one, make a strategy about the communications to bring up, for example, the frictions in the team, like that. So I think it's also covered with the card result suggestions about hire full team to do field canvassing. Okay, so I think the first chapters are already covered. Can we go to the next chapter? Okay. So oh, the second one is from KVD. It's about the policy in Airbnb. I'm not sure. Does anyone here has a visibility about this, or can we continue to the written discussions? Oh, Kagani.
Okay. Yes. So basically, me, PT, and Andre already have a discussion on the slide. So we just need the property list on which property that needs to change to moderate. I think we can cover this, I guess.
Okay, so when will Kak Gani discuss about this? Yeah, I mean like for the property list to
Yeah.
HIR.
By today, I guess. So I think PD will come up with the property list.
Okay, so Kak Gani will list the property list, yeah, by today.
Yep.
Yeah, about this one, and then we go to the third one, which is comes from Mr. Jin. Perhaps Mr. Jin can elaborate about the source of inspiration.
Oh, yeah, that's just something for everybody to keep in mind. This, if we can go to the graphic on the left, is a chart that I got from, I think it was Rand Fishkin, the CEO of Moz. So he talks about basically all the places where you can raise awareness and get traffic. So I thought this was helpful to be able to zoom out and see the entire forest. So there's essentially 5 different channels that you can go to, five let's say sets of channels that you can go to gain traffic: search engines, social networks, content platforms, which is a little bit strange. I didn't know that there was a difference between social networks and that. Influence and niche publications and how to get word of mouth online. I hadn't thought about email as being a way of getting word of mouth around, but that was also pretty interesting. And also WhatsApp and Slack. So I don't think we've ever thought deeply about how we can, let's say, target advocacy through email or target advocacy through WhatsApp or Slack or being shared through, I don't know, Clubhouse or Discord or all these other things. This was a pretty clear strategy map to take a look at. So what I'd like to do is to challenge everybody to take a look at this and think about how can I apply some of this information here to my work on my SLA, on my campaign. Hopefully that can give some inspiration to create and innovate on some new campaigns. Okay, back to Aika.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jing. And perhaps we can go to Kagani since Kagani mentioned some things.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Aika. So regarding the traffic source from to website, yes. So I think yeah, that's pretty interesting. But I don't know, from my perspective, looking at the data from the Google Analytics, I think we already have a lot of traffic to website, but the main problem is still there, which is sometimes we still haven't get the right formula yet how to get correct audience. So yeah, for example, like Google Facebook Ads. So we already use the local audience, and I saw the ad is already well performed, but there is no one click the CTA button. So I still figuring out how to generate leads from this. So whether it's on the content side or whether the the ad setup, or yeah, I still need to learn about this one. Yeah, back to
Okay.
Aika.
Okay, so I can see actually there are two data sources that's different, ya, Kak. I mean, like the first one, like there are 400s who go to the landing page, but at the same time, at Ujar, no one clicks the CTA. So is so until now, does Kagani knows why that happened, or yeah, why that happened? I mean, why there are two tools that brings different results and like yeah.
From the different numbers, I think because of on the Google and Facebook, it have a different metrics to use to record the audience. So I don't know, the article from the I what I read is Google Ads using Google Analytics using uh, session which is recorded on the like cookies or something like that. But from Facebook ads, since they have the ecosystem, their platform, so they I don't know, record the user based on their platform, their application. So, but the topic that I want to bring up is not about the numbers, but how the target correct audience either. So yeah, so not from the analytics, but on the how we optimize the online platform to target that correct audience. That's the main topic that I want to bring up.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I see, I see. Okay, so from this one, how can both the infix target audience? Do we retarget the audience or perhaps the contents? Is there any visibility for everyone or someone to comment on about this one? Okay, from Mr. Jin.
I just had a thought, Connie. What if instead of thinking about how we target the audience, have you thought about how the audience can target the audience?
Hmm,
What do you mean, sir?
Okay, like let's say for example, right? You're looking for a potential property partner. Okay, um, you can go all day long and go on the website and do all this stuff to try to figure out where that audience might be. Or you could spend maybe 30 minutes just asking, hey, look, sir, if I wanted to find more people like you, where would I look, right? What publications would I go to? When did you first like really understanding that person's, um, how they see the world, right? And then going down and say, oh, okay, now you know all these places. Would you be happy sharing something like that through your own voice, through your own channel, right? Because what we're doing right now is we're guessing, when in fact I think the answer is probably right there if you just give them a call or ask them, or just ask community to ask them, I
Yeah.
should say,
So
right?
also
So you're
looking
using the audience to target the
uh,
audience.
looking the user persona from community. Yeah. So understanding the user persona. Okay.
I think so. I think the audience will always find the audience faster than you will. Think of like people who organize big events,
Mm,
right? If you organize something like Soundrenalin, you generally, as let's say the event owner or the event like manager, you get kids, right? You get people who are much younger than you to go and find. Okay, where would you find 100 people to come to this big event? And then you empower them to sort of search it out for you. In this particular case, it might not be feasible to ask a partner to look for other partners for us, right? That's a little bit kind of weird, but they at least can give you a clue. They can
that's
at
true.
least say, hey, look, this is the chat group where we hang out. These are the times when we actually meet. These are the magazines that we actually read, such and such. So that I think is really needs to be taken a closer look at. That is what the heart of marketing is, right, Rizal? Really understanding what the how the user sees the world.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's it. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
thank you, Mr. Jinso for Kagani. Perhaps you can dig deeper about the consumer journey, yeah, to know what they like, what they read, and so on. And actually, for me, discussing about this for search engine, I can say for the website, we do not rank for the Bing itself because I think that's I used to think that our priority is on Google. So all the keywords that I search is based on Google. So and based on like the Google Analytics, I saw that there's no traffic for Bing or DuckDuckGo. Actually, there's a little, but I'm assuming that it's from my traffic since I use Bing like that. But well, I'll go deeper about this one. And is there anyone wants to comment on about this thread? Yeah, Mas Bayu.
Yes, actually, this is pretty interesting. So the idea that I get from this is actually the way we create content for each of this channel, basically. So for the search engine, I think we can categorize them with the level of partnership that we have, like transaction, relationship, and also legacy, right? So for someone that use search engine to find us, I think they know what they want already. So the type of content that they need is exactly what they want to find. Like, what is our service, right? So that's why it's important in the website to give clear idea about that. But for social networks, probably they're not looking to that information. They just happen to find that information from the influencer that they follow, probably, right? And it sparked an idea. So the social network, content platform, and let's see, yeah, a social network and content platform. Basically, we just uh, the information that they need to know is who use this service instead of what service that they offer, right? So if like a celebrity, for example, or like Hotman Paris, for example, right, and then let Bukit Vista manage his villas in Bali, for example. So people will ask, oh, that's good. A famous person actually related to that company, and then the third group, the influential niche publication, and also word of mouth. We don't even need to put a lot of information for that kind of thing. We just like make ourselves like an exclusive thing, right? Like, we make your property works. Basically, just that information people will understand, because they already in the niche. They already in the they already know what kind of reference that they get from there. Especially usually that's coming from friend or like a trusted source. So I think this can be used for our content planning as well, and not just the distribution.
Okay. Thank you, Kak. Mas Baik. Yeah. Mr. Jin?
Yeah, that's perfect. Actually, I just realized something. That's exactly what like Gojek and some of the bigger brands do. When I talked to Ferdy about how Gojek is organized, and no, also Peter, he was an ex-CMO. He said that essentially each particular channel has its own strategy, has its own audience, or the same audience but at a different stage of their journey. If I may, can I share the screen real quick, Aika? I'd like to show kind of like where maybe the next step for this could go. So keep your screen there. Keep your screen there because it'll be helpful to be able to see both screens, right? So could this be the correct organization then by you, let's say, of how we would manifest that? So let's say search engines, you're looking at, let's say, an audience that has a good idea of what they want. They're probably looking at a transactional alignment, and the messaging should be directed towards maybe features, right? Like things that we offer, services that we offer, right? And then let's say for something more of like coming from a social network, the audience is looking for more of a relationship fit, and the messaging should be more on maybe prestige or association with good company, right? Famous people. Would this be the sort of the plan that you're talking about in terms of content planning, buddy?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll use me. Okay, great. Let me go over to Rizal. Rizal, would that help us prioritize and focus our efforts on each of the channels and perhaps discover new channels better this way? If we have like at least a content planning strategy?
Yes, sir. I think that also covers the what is the partnership that we want to target. I mean, the level of the partnership. Like for example, for a social network, from Mas Bayu's suggestion is probably from social network is came from people that influence from other people also. I think that's
Oh,
still on the very basic like transactional. But if people like, for example, like me, I usually watch like YouTube channel on review tutorial for tech review. Like okay, the channel is
mhm,
basically always deliver the content like the Apple basic stuff. From
great.
my observation is uh, like a YouTube channel, it will be the audience also is not on the transactional, but on the next level from the Maslow pyramid. So I
Okay,
think
we're looking for more like a relationship though.
yep.
Okay, I can see that actually. Uh, how many of you actually? Wait, this is a good question. Let's go to Gunny. Gunny, did you choose the university that you went to based on transactional alignment, relationship alignment, or legacy alignment?
Legacy.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Let's go to Bayu. Bayu, what about you? Did you choose your college based on transactional, relationship, or legacy?
Mm, transactional.
Okay. All right. So you looked at like what they offered and saw like, okay, all right, checklist. They have this. Okay, interesting. Let's go to Nadine. What about you?
Same with Ghani's or legacy.
Legacy. Okay, interesting. Okay, so there's if you take this into account, like let's say a major decision like where you want to go to college, some people will probably look at transactional. They'll look at okay, what is offered on the college program, right? Do they offer me a scholarship? Do they have this facility? Do they have this class? And so they'll tick off all the boxes. Some people will probably go because relationship, because oh, all my friends go there, or my family goes there, or we're generationally always going there. That's just kind of like the place we go to. And some people will think about legacy. They'll think about, oh, okay, how can I change the world by going to this school, or what is likely to happen to impact the greater humanity if I join this organization, right? So I think there's different channels that could have different, let's say, entry points into each of those particular means. And some entry points are like you said. Like I think a search engine is probably more transactional, right? Somebody's probably not looking for legacy if they're searching around. They're probably going to understand legacy from brand, from relations, from people around them, from whatever, yeah, that's coming off. Okay, this can be something I think we discuss more and plan out by you and result, because I think once we have this, we'll have a much more focused approach. We'll actually do things that, like when you run out of ideas, this is where you can go to harvest new ideas. Yeah. Okay, I'll stop sharing my screen. Yeah, back to the chair.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jin. So, yeah, I think it's new insight for me. So, for these discussions, perhaps Mas Bayu and Karizal will try to mapping. Am I right about the content planning?
Yeah.
Right. So, Mas Bayu and Karizal, based on this one, try to mapping about the content planning and re-evaluations, and perhaps we can Kagani can attach the file that show up before. Yeah, so everyone can access it.
I think the file is from Mr. Jing. So yeah. Sir, would you like to
Yeah.
share us
So
to the paper?
yeah, perhaps Mr. Jin can share the file, attach the file to the thread.
It's already okay. Yeah, I actually opened up a new topic, but I'll put the following thread. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank
There you
you.
go.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jin. So we can go for the next thread, which is from Kabayo. I think it's already solved, yeah, for this one, and then for the Kak Vidi already solved. Okay, so is there any additional discussions towards this management paper, discussions
I
paper, or we can go to the, yeah?
I have
Rizal want to speak?
Yeah,
um
Kariza.
Yep, I have one another thread basically. It's come from Kalhipo. It is just quick discussions. So we have some people that call in Kalhipo in our office call office phone. But I see the friction from Gede and Nadine that the platform is not ringing basically when people is calling us. So basically there we don't give the feedback of the apa namanya of the phone that ringing. So my question is, should we still continue the call hippo because we also pay for the monthly subscription, or we want to change the other platform that basically can receive the feedback faster. I mean, we can pick the phone when there's a ringing. Yep, I think that's
Oh,
me back to you
okay.
guys.
Actually, yeah, thank you. So actually, when someone's call, we got no ringing like that one.
Yeah, I think that's from Gede, but probably Gede can explain more regarding the frictions on Calhipo.
Okay, so I offer to Kak Gede.
Okay, I think Mas Bayu already told me to activate that, but I still didn't really get the notifications. But how about Nadine? Do you face the same friction as me, or is just me? I mean, because I always check the call report and then see, oh, there's a list of contact that actually call, and then I call back. Then, yeah.
Okay. So far after the activation of the hippo, actually I got no call on my phone, but we received so many voicemail. Basically, I track it from the emails that we registered for Kohipo because I'm still doing reservation, right? Some of the emails registered as our account in Call Hippo, I check the voicemail. It's kind of like only, like spamming, Kak Rizal. It's only like for a second, 2 seconds. It's not really a message.
Yes.
That's what I receive, only voicemail that actually not apa contains any message.
Hmm.
Okay.
Nadine.
Oh, yeah, Mas Bayu.
So is this a missed call then that they try to call you, but but it's not answered, so it goes to voicemail automatically. Have you tried to call them back?
Actually, I'm trying to reach them out by WhatsApp.
Okay, what is the result?
No answer, no response.
Oh, what about the if you call
I
back?
haven't I haven't tried to call back. How about you?
Okay.
Okay. So next
Go
to
ahead.
Mr. Jane first. Yeah.
I think that's pretty clear. Then, if somebody called you, we should call them back. That's simple as that. If somebody calls you in WhatsApp, then they'll probably think you're spam, right? As well. So if you I think it's important to respond in the same channel as the person has done, right? If somebody emails you, you email them back. You don't give them a call back, right? If somebody, let's say, WhatsApps you, you write them an email. So respond in the same channel. If they call, then you call. If they WhatsApp, then you WhatsApp. Generally speaking, there could be a reason for that too, as well, right? That's why they chose to call.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Jane. So we go to
Mhm.
Mawayana first, perhaps.
Okay. Actually, when Rizal mentioned in the BD discussion, so what I did is one of I call like two or three number in the one that Rizal mentioned, and on the day's missed call. So two of them is not basically like didn't go anywhere, but one of them is somebody looking for a land. I'm not sure why. Like I just get one on basically one person that basically contacted us, but it's nothing related what actually we are. What I expecting is like somebody like have a villa one contact us, right? So but somebody have want to buy a land. So it's just kind of bit off from
We
like
should sell land then.
from so I just wondering like what kind of is there any message in there? So like why trigger that out? So that's my question actually.
Oh, the phone call basically says that if you have question, you can just call us for a consultation. So what we can expect if we get a phone call is that they will ask about us. Right? They are not a partner yet. That's why it's called lead. Right? That they possibly will working with us or not. About this, Rizal, have we compared the number of click that we get on the button with the number of call that we get?
Yeah, basically it's so I just previously is okay. So from Hotjar is cannot we cannot visible to see the because Hotjar because previously the recording session is from desktop version. So from the desktop version is not basically doing call directly, right? So that's the about the insight. So I think whether it's from website or from Google My Business, because we also attach on Google My Business also, Mas Bayu. So yeah, we cannot basically we cannot track where the traffic come from. Is that from website or Google My Business or from the other channel?
Right, Gani, you have some numbers?
Yeah. So from Google My Business on 20 May we got 9 calling, that nine person calling to us. But on the call Hippo, I say only record berapa ya? 3 or 4, if not mistaken. Yeah. So that, yeah,
Is that the same period?
same period, mas. Yeah. So there is a gap between Google My Business and the call Hippo. Yeah.
Okay. So next, so what should we do? Nadine, can maybe for Nadine and Gede, let's let's try to make sure that your weapon is ready. Just turn off your phone like usual, like put it on somewhere without touching it, and then try to call it from another number and see if you get uh, a ring basically. So that's just to make sure that if someone is calling you, then you will hear it. I have the same problem with WhatsApp. WhatsApp never give me a notification if someone calls me. It will just tell me a missed call. So that's probably same problem with this phone application basically. So as what I understand, there's a setting in your phone that prevents that ringing notification. So you can try to find out that settings.
Okay, thank you, Mas Bayu. So the things that I get, from now we still continue to use this one, but for Kak Nadine and also Kak Gede, try to evaluate. Perhaps there's features on our phone that reject, yeah, or not telling us about the notifications. So for Kagani, yeah, Kak Nadine and Kak Gede try to find out what's happening by yeah, tadi lah ya. And then still continuing to use these applications. And then, oh yeah, this one is for Mr. Jing already. Okay, is there any additions, informations or discussions towards this written, no, this marketing management paper? No? Okay, so we can go to discuss on Trello one. Okay, so perhaps Karisal can help me to share screen the Trello, Kak. Okay, we can start it from the SLA partnership first. Perhaps Kagani can
Okay.
give the updates about this card.
Okay. Thank you very much, Aika. So for last week, we got five MQL. One is from website, three from online classing, and one from referral. So what I can say is from online classing, we got three MQL. I think the main problem is the inconsistency result from Canvester. I don't have visibility of Ilham and Kevin updates in past 2 weeks, so we have a decreased result from the Canvester. And the second is from the website campaign. After we did second pivot on the Google Ads, which is added to new keywords, we got to MQS from that, which is Villa Munati and Damara Villa. But perhaps I can ask Gede, perhaps how many MQL you got from online canvassing, Gede?
Yeah, I think it's a Sabi Villa and then is a
Two,
Savia.
two
I
only.
think it's
Okay.
two only.
Yeah, yeah, I think just that I go for the awareness panel.
Okay, Kak. So wait, Kak. For the online canvassing, we got two MQL, and then how about the website, Kak? Sorry.
Website is one, and the referral
Oh,
is
one
one.
MQL. Okay, thank you. Anyone who wants to give comment or ask to Kagani regarding this card? Okay, sure. Perhaps we can go to the next.
Rizal want to talk.
Like,
Oh, oh yeah, Karizal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, from website, yeah. On the past 2 weeks, basically, after I use Hotjar for the insight, is there's a lot of, I think that's six people that hit us on WhatsApp, and I believe that's also different audience based on the user ID. So I think apa namanya, there's some people that to be our leads on WhatsApp, basically, not and they're not considered to
Oh, okay.
really fill in the form, or the fill in the sign up form. So that's basically the insight after the 2 weeks we observe on the Hotjar. But maybe question to Nadine. is there any leads that come from WhatsApp on the past 1 week, or because I see there's six people that basically WhatsApp us, but we have three that already recorded on the leads Trello board. Maybe over to Nadine for the clarification.
Yes, yes, Carizal. Actually, for MTL that I recorded as website, that coming from website campaign is all from the leads that coming to WhatsApp. So all from WhatsApp. And the leads that I already recorded as MTL here, it's the leads are the leads that already have a conversation with me. Uh, because some of them they actually like hit us and then I respond and then they got no response. That's the lead that I'm still not including into this
I see.
documentation.
Okay,
That's
Nadine.
Carita.
Yep. So basically, this I want to try to count the website conversion. I mean, what is how many people is basically reach us on WhatsApp. So if we know the numbers, okay, we can basically see the website performance. Okay, so for example, in this each week, there's a number that people click us on WhatsApp, and basically the number is real, and it's already apa namanya what is basically starting the chat to be this number.
Okay.
So basically that's the first thing that from the website is need to see the real number. But if the leads is not coming back to us, that's a different stage, right? That could be the MQL stage. But in website, we want to see how many leads,
Yes, yes.
basically, Nadine. Yeah, I think that's I need to see the
Okay, okay, Carita.
first. Hmm.
So you need the number, right, Karizal? Not exactly the cards that I made on the leads
Yep,
countdown. So you only need the number, right?
yep. The how many people that reach us on WhatsApp, basically, Nadine.
Okay,
Hmm.
okay.
I think
Okay,
that's
thank you, Kak Nadine and Kak Rizal.
mhm.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Kak Nadine and Kak Rizal. So perhaps to know the website performance, Kak Rizal will communicate more with Kak Nadine, yeah. And then next we go to the next card, which is Nadine for leads to meetings. I over Kak Nadine to yeah give the updates
Okay,
about it.
okay. Thank you, Aika. So as the previous SLA that Kaldani report, we got five new MTLs, and those five MTLs converted to the first meeting already. And as you can see, all the leads is actually sharpen the areas that highly demanded by the market. It is Ungasan and also Canggu, yeah. And besides the website campaign, because that is one lead that coming approach us at the first time, and then one rejected second meeting. Oh, sorry, this is second meeting, not first meeting. It is Villa Akmali Canggu, but they're actually brand new villa. They still want to try manage it themselves, so they want to be have a partnership for temporary with Bukit Vista, and then they will think after that. And already have two other pitching with Villa Munadi, which is coming from website campaign, and also Mi Villa Kayu Tulang from community referral. It's basically already they're ready to sign the contract and on board soon. Yeah. For the conclusion, thank you so much for the Canvasser team. Now we're actually moving towards to gaining the leads that actually highly demanded by the market. And but yeah, some, like as we already discussed, the the highly demanded properties are sometimes they have the lower urgency, so they're actually we can see some slower conversion in this stage, but we're actually trying to try our best to convert this to our partner, to be our partner. So yeah, that's basically it for the SLA update. Back to you, Mrs. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Kak Nadine. So far is 5 minutes. Okay, 16 minutes. Okay, thank you, Kak Nadine. And is there any comment or someone wants to ask Kak Nadine? Okay, thank you. We can go to the next card, which is for Mok Wayana about meeting students.
Okay, thank you, Aiko. Okay. Okay, my update is that like from pitching schedule to pitching conversion is 100% because we don't have that much. Thank you for Nadine. For from the pitching to MOU, actually, we have actually 7 owner verbally agree to sign MOU and 3 already signed and 4 will be processed this week. That's the update from yeah, Jim.
Okay.
Question. Actually, this goes back to I just remember what Bayu was saying. Do we have exclusive on our MOUs or not?
The one we onboard is an exclusive.
Okay, Bayu, how do you explain that a partner is signing an exclusive contract and still thinks of us as an agent? What's is it? We're just not getting good partner understanding, or is it something different than that? You think?
Probably on the card on the Trello we say that we have allotment. I don't know that if that's the allotment for the room or the
Mm,
availability.
I see.
And then the second one is that well, actually so they are expecting another agent to also visit the property that day as well. So I guess it's not exclusive then.
Right. Okay. So they're probably lying to us then, right, Bayu?
Probably.
Which means that we don't even have transactional alignment. They're sort of like double dating us. They're dating us and they're dating somebody else.
Yeah, and
Okay.
basically this is the apartment in Seminyak, right? So the owner is not here, so the deal is with the owner. The person that I met is the
Mhm.
person that's actually managing the property on site. So I get
I
the
see.
information from the person that on site. That person probably
Ah,
not know that we are exclusive, so that they are still letting the another agent.
Oh,
So maybe
oh,
that's there's a missing, I don't know, missing what do you call it? Like we work with the owner, but the owner give the responsibility to another person, but the other person also want to make money, so they work with other people.
have a few little something-ons going on. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
oh, okay.
All
I
right.
want to explain the one in Seminyak because they have many rooms. So we exclusive is allotment. So basically, certain type of room basically dedicated to us. So they have many room, but they have allotment to us. It's not the entire place is exclusive.
Yes, they
Okay.
can sell
All right.
another room, the other rooms to the other agent, but the rooms that we agreed for Bukit Vista, it's dedicated to us. That's one of the agreement for allotment Kabayu.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
the other,
Yeah, yeah. I'm just wondering, is this information also transferred to the staff that's actually managing on site? Like we don't want to have like overbooking, for example, right? That usually overbooking happen because of that.
good point.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, so marketing to tell the manager to tell the staff or like community. So what is the flow? Most likely the best.
It, it needs to come from here first, right? It needs to come from here. What exclusive means and what allotment means. Is it protected allotment or is it available allotment? So if we don't have, I noticed this is happening already actually in HAR, right, Nadine? We're still asking partners if they have availability. We're asking the Alchemist, we're asking Villa Bening, hey, are you available? I'm surprised that we need to do that at this point. That sounds very much like BV 2.0, right? So I think there needs to be an agreement. What if we're going to say exclusive? If we're going to say allotment, then we need to define that allotment is protected allotment, meaning that nobody else can encroach on that allotment. Or at very worst, that allotment is something that, let's say, they need to notify us if they're taking that allotment so that we can close it. Okay. So that would then be a consideration of allotment. If it's just allotment, but there's no protection on that allotment, then this is how we're going to get problems later on, right? And this is how HAR and marketing then have battles about understanding. So if we're going to use a word, I think we need to have that word mean the same thing through every stage of the company.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Cheng. Perhaps that can be the considerations, yeah, for Wayana and Kanadin. Okay, perhaps since it's already 10:58, and we have another card, I'm so sorry, but I think we can extend for 5 minutes, yeah. So 11 and 5 will be finished this one. Next, go to the SLA Revenue Support Service for Kagani. 2 minutes ya, Kak, ya.
The for awareness is from Mas Rizal first, and
Oh,
then
sorry. Yeah, for Kak Rizal, ya. Sorry, Kak Rizal.
Okay, okay, thank you, Aika, for the time. So for the current stat of the awareness, basically, I we have here's the comparison of the awareness page views on Airbnb, basically. So in this May, the numbers if already drop if we compare to March and also April. And yeah, basically that's the number of awareness, but we have private actions to support the awareness. So previously we already agreed to reactivate the daily content doctor. I believe it's already conducted by Aika, and then change the listing title and description. I believe that's covered by Mas Gani, and reactivate the Wi-Fi speed screenshot. That's by me, and respond to the review in content execution. That's also conducted by me. I think that's the for the awareness on Airbnb. But I also remember that we have a pivot action on the Facebook marketing that I believe will be conducted by Ika and me. It is regarding the post type of owner method, basically that want to acquire more inquiries from the guest that using owner's description copywriting. I think that's the only update of the awareness. Back to you, Miss Chair. Aika, can you hear me? Back to you.
Oh yeah, sorry. So I want to ask Omindia, Kak, about the Facebook views. It means that we no one views our listing, or how ya, Kak, itu?
Oh, okay. Thank you
Facebook
for the
views.
okay. Thank you for the question. For the Facebook views is, yeah, basically I don't have apa namanya time to record basically on Facebook views,
Okay.
and yeah, I think yeah we need a, feature request from PD to help us on this automate the Facebook views.
Okay, Kak. And one thing, Kak, actually, I want to bring this up. So, Kak Maria actually asked me, is there any tools to attract, no, to tracking the inquiries since she always do it like manually. And then actually, I do not know how to track this one, and I tried to ask like for the PI, but for the PI itself, like not sure yet. So, is there any possibility to track the requires not manually? So it's out of topic, but Kak Maria wants asked me about it. Yeah.
Yes, we have the tool. BI is using that to count the inquiry. So I think you can go to VD and also ask
Okay.
Maria to go to VD as well, and probably you can have a group discussion on HAR or BI
Okay.
about the tool.
Okay. Thank you, Mas Bayu, about this one. And then for the next one is for the total booking leads for Kak Gani.
okay. Thank you very much, Aika. So for the total engagement of our revenue support service is basically from Facebook marketing. It's we got a 34 inquiry from last week. I think it's pretty constant from previous period from the last 2 weeks. But from the Instagram, we got a 14 inquiries, which is double time from last 2 weeks. So I think it's pretty good. But overall, what I can see for the property location on demand this week is uh, from Airbnb. I think it's on the Jogja and Uluwatu. This is based on top two properties that get inquiry. And then from the Facebook marketing page is mostly looking for private villa in Canggu. And the last is from the Instagram. I think it's private villa in Ubud and Jogja. So yeah, I think the insight that I can deliver
Okay.
from this one. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Kagani. Is there anyone wants to ask Kagani? Oh, okay. So perhaps you can go to the last card one, which is from uh Kak, Kak Rizal about
Conversion.
conversion.
Okay. So for the conversion, I will share the screen regarding from the redash. Okay, this is the May instant book rate. So from that is our instant book rate is 80%, and compared to the previous month, it is increasing on the instant book rate. Yeah, I think that's the only conversion that marketing control. And back to Aika.
Okay, thank you, Kak Rizal. So, actually, we already discussed about all the cards. Is there any discussion since we have 1 minute left? Someone want to ask or want to say something? No?
I'll
Oh,
say something. I'll say something. Yeah, to put a
okay.
wrapper around everything. So, seeing this on an overall picture today, I think I just want to make a few things clear, right? I think Juana and Nadine and Day have been doing good work on getting us partnerships. So that part we want to celebrate. That's in no ways a detriment of everything that we've said today to the really good work that we've seen. However, I think it's also important to realize that I think the core value here is never settled, right? So we have partnerships, but we need to ask ourselves: are these partnerships actually the kinds that we really want to develop into legacy partnerships, and how can we actually develop that? So I think we shared a little bit of radical candor today to get everyone at least aware of a situation that was previously maybe less transparent. So by going through that, hopefully that inspires us to set our vision to not like say, okay, this the work we've done isn't good, but how can we improve and make this work even better? Okay, so that's just to give a little bit of context around the theme of some of the discussions that we had today here in the amazing marketing chapter.
Okay, thank you, Mr. G. Yeah, I'm so agree, see. Totally agree. So, yeah, since it's already 11:05, so perhaps we can continue our activity again, like that. So, yeah, you can checking out kakak-kakak dan mas-mas. Sorry ya if I
Okay,
conduct it so weird.
Thank you, Aike.
Yeah,
thank you,
bye-bye.
Aika.
Thank
Yeah,
Oh,
you.
have a
Thank
great
you.
uh,
Bye.
day.